respiratory coronavirus. The disease is the same name as the lab. That's
basically, when people say, do you think the 2020 election was rigged? I said, every election. Every
ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of Americans.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of the Non-Binary Podcast. So thank you for joining me. If this is, it has to be your first episode. So it's my first episode too. So I'm your host, Toby Davis. And what we're going to do is one episode at a time, or maybe a series of episodes. We're going to take what is usually supposedly a binary situation, a supposed maybe good versus evil choice, a yes or no choice, a blue versus red choice, and we're going to unpack those and untangle them and find or focus on the root causes there. And that's what independent news, even independent news like Breaking Points, cannot focus on this kind of stuff because they're trying to be good news. I understand that. But they don't have time to go down the rabbit holes like this. Now, are all rabbit holes the root cause truth of situations? No. Some are conspiracy theories that should remain theories. But also there are lots of conspiracy theories that are actually the root cause truth in situations. You know, we all grew up with shows like this. He-Man, right? He-Man versus Skeletor. Number one, you can look at it and go, yeah, the guy that's a skeleton in like dark and purple is probably the bad guy. So my binary choice here, I can probably understand the right one to make is the guy with all the muscles. And then you understand through the show, like their teams and who they fight for. And then like the Marvel movies that I personally love, the Avengers versus Thanos. Again, situations like that, easy to unpack. Binary choice, super simple. That is the correct choice. You can understand where good lies. But Trump is a Nazi. Is that a simple binary thing? Is Trump a simple binary person to understand? Like he's either good or he's bad? Hell no. Right? So, and if you think he is, this may not be the show for you, but I'm trying to help everybody here. So maybe give it a few minutes and we'll figure it out together. You can see, because here's what I'm talking about. And this is a big conversation lately, right? So maybe I'm coming in at the right time. Maybe I should introduce myself. My name is Toby Davis, and I come from an evolution where the last 5 years I've hosted the Unity Now podcast and trying to find common ground with people. But now I'm trying to find the root cause of situations and topics, like the Israel-Gaza or Hamas-Palestine situation, however you want to name it, the Ukraine-Russia war. Did Russia just one day decide to invade Ukraine? No, it's not that simple. There are things that the U.S. did to cause it. I know. It's hard to hear that and think that, well, there's more than just Russia invading. I understand, but there are causes that you can back up to where, for example, Putin said, do not say that you're going to put NATO in Ukraine. If you do, then I have no choice left but to invade, which like people like Dave Smith argue that, and I believe correctly, that if Mexico was saying that they are going to join a team that, we didn't like, we might go, hey, don't do that, or else, and that might mean invasion. So that's what I'm saying here. There are so many situations now that can be untangled, and this expert crap that we're talking about now, I hate, because I hate the word itself. I really don't believe that there are any humans that are truly experts in what we all think about the word as what it means. Because if you look up like how many books there are in the world, billions of books, right? And now there are billions or trillions or even more hours of videos of YouTube videos, podcast, independent news, right? Do you know all the independent news sources? Like, I've been in this space. I've been a independent news source. I've learned about at least 400 independent news sources in the last 5 years, but I still don't know all of them. Okay. And so there's still so much more to learn. There is more to learn than any human being can possibly learn in their lifetime. So there are no experts. That is my argument. And so if there are any experts, the experts are the facts. Facts can be found on documentation, can be found in posts, anything written down that you can find that is said, that's a fact potentially. So that's what I'll do. I will go down rabbit holes and investigate the root causes of situations and find the non-binary choices for things. Okay, because most of these situations are so complicated, to make them a binary choice is pretty crazy. Okay, so for example, let me go to my X account. You can kind of see what I'm getting at here. Some are going to be thought of as conspiracy theories, and some are going to be real situations and facts that we have to discuss. Okay, and I'll compare the two and show you where I believe the differences are. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm saying, my pinned post here. And so also, do please give me a follow on X, subscribe to the YouTube channel. But I'm saying the U.S. drove Russia to invade Ukraine. COVID was a bioweapon and retaliation plus bird flu. Israel and Hamas committed war crimes. COVID jabs are gene therapy. When you're given a binary choice, assume they're lying. Okay. And so that kind of summarizes in a few ways what I'm thinking about here and what I'm going to focus and the things I'm going to say. Again, there are going to be a lot of people that don't like what I have to say and what I'm covering and the people I'm covering, but I want you to think about what I'm saying and argue against the points and not against the people or myself, right? So I'm just an individual that I believe I'm pretty good at investigating these topics and things like this. So that's what we're going to do. One podcast episode or mini series of episodes at a time. So I hope that you'll follow along, and I hope you really like the intro. I kind of jam to that as it's coming in. So let me know how you're feeling about what I'm saying here, and if there's any specific topics that you want me to start with, but I have some ideas. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. Take care.